You're listening to 772 Sports, a local Treasure Coast sports podcast highlighting everything from Little League to the NFL. Here are your hosts, Curtis Carpenter and Mike Higgins. All right, everybody, welcome to the 11th episode of the 772 Sports Podcast. I am Curtis Carpenter. Mike Higgins is not here this week, but I have two special guests, Isaiah Carpenter and Micah Carpenter. They're here on Christmas break. What do you boys want to talk about today?
Sports.
Sports? What do you want to talk about, Micah?
Sports. I mean, there's a lot going on.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we are going to start things off with Treasure Coast Chatter. Here we go. Treasure Coast Chatter. All right, this is the segment where we talk about local sports, primarily in the winter. It's Vero Beach High School and the winter sports. What do you boys think about some of the winter sports that Vero Beach High School has? Basketball, wrestling, soccer. You into any of that?
Basketball sounds interesting.
Basketball sounds interesting. Micah, what do you think?
Basketball, football, I mean...
Well, football's not really a winter sport.
Fall.
Yeah. All right. So let's do a little recap. Vero Beach High School boys basketball. They lost to Osceola, but they beat Discovery last week. Vero Beach High School's 4-8. They played a team out of Kentucky last night. I don't know how they did. And then tomorrow, or actually tonight, they play Spruce Creek. You want to know what Spruce Creek's famous for?
What are they famous for?
Zach Veen, first round pick for the Colorado Rockies, went to Spruce Creek. So anyway, I don't know if that's what they're famous for, but...
Claim to fame.
Claim to fame. Spruce Creek's got a claim to fame. I don't know about their basketball team, but tonight we will find out. And then Vero, the boys team, plays Palm Beach Gardens on Wednesday. Then the girls team, they're 7-7. They have 3 games in a row coming up. They play Centennial on January 3rd, Martin County on January 4th, and Palm Beach Lakes on January 5th. The girls team's not bad, 7-7.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
I'd take that.
I'll take that too. Well, especially if the boys team's 4-8, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're not math majors, but 7-7 is better than 4-8.
Yeah.
And then Vero Beach Soccer, they're 2-4-2. Doesn't sound good, but let me give you some good news. They started off 0-3-1, but they're 2-1-1 since then. They play Okeechobee on January 5th. Okeechobee's 7-4-1, and then again with soccer, this is kind of weird. They play Thursday. I don't know if that's today or next week. Oh, next week. On the 5th, they play Okeechobee. Then on Friday, they play St. Ed's. And then on Monday, they play Treasure Coast. And on Tuesday, they play PSL. So 4 games in 6 days for soccer.
That's a lot. That's a lot of running.
That's a lot of running.
Gonna have to put a few subs in.
Oh,
that started.
Got to get them subs in. Yep. All right. So that's kind of a recap for Vero Beach High School. You boys go to Storm Grove. Any Storm Grove updates? Anything for Storm Grove Middle School?
I think the basketball season just ended.
Season just ended.
I believe so.
Okay. And how'd they do?
I'm honestly not sure.
Not sure. Mike, any update on Storm Grove?
I think neither boys or girls basketball is good at that school. I think
they're not good?
No, I don't think so at all.
Oh my
gosh. I think the boys only had a couple losses. I think they had a winning record.
Well, I'm getting conflicting reports here from these students.
Pretty sure they had 2 losses.
2 losses.
2 or 3.
That sounds better than not very good, Micah.
I thought they'd won.
Well, okay. Well, anyway, there's your Storm Grove Middle School winter sport report. Basketball is either good or not very good, and the season may have just ended. Any other winter sports?
Not that I know. Oh, volleyball, but...
How'd they do? Volleyball?
No idea.
No idea. Micah?
But didn't the volleyball team went undefeated.
Oh, they either...
No, they went undefeated.
The volleyball team went undefeated. So congrats, Storm Grove. If your volleyball team went undefeated, good job. That's it. Anything else?
Not that I know of.
No.
Okay. Anything else from Vero? Any word on the street?
No.
No word on the Vero street about Vero Beach anything?
Noah didn't give me any info.
Oh, we need Noah on here as a special guest. Noah on the street. All right. Well, that's it. You want to talk a little college football? I know Michael wants to talk college football. All right. Here we go. A little Gridiron Gab. Here we go. 772 Sports is brought to you by Vero Beach Social Media, your local digital marketing agency. From Facebook advertising to graphic design to podcast production, Vero Beach Social Media has you covered. Contact them today at 772-999-6636 or visit VeroBeachSocialMedia.com. College football Gridiron Gab. All right, this is typically Mike's favorite part of the segment, but since he's not here, we're going to have some fun with this. This is Gridiron Gab. It's where we talk about college football And our bowl season's still going on. I don't know what his record is in the bowl thing. We'll have to update you guys next week. Tonight, though, Micah, who happens to be an Oklahoma Sooners fan, Florida State, my team, will be playing his team in the Cheez-It Bowl. It's in Orlando at Camping World Stadium. What do you think, Micah? What do you think's going to happen?
Do you want me to be honest?
I would love you to be honest.
I think Florida State's gonna win. Just because the Oklahoma defense is just so bad.
We've got that on record. So
Yeah.
Oklahoma's defense is giving up 30 points a game on average.
Yeah,
Florida State's defense is giving up 19 points a game. And Florida State's offense is the best in the ACC as far as yards per game goes, 450, something like that. Or 420, but Oklahoma gives up 450. This will be, well, we'll see what Florida State's defense does, but this has the potential to be a shootout. There may not be a punt in this game.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be a lot of fun.
that would be a lot
Well,
of fun.
Oklahoma's offense is good, so
Yeah, Florida State's defense is good.
I know, but I don't know, man.
Could you imagine a score in every drive?
It happens. It just
Well-
happened the other day. Baker Mayfield with the Rams on
Jeez.
Christmas Day.
We saw the Bills in the playoffs. They didn't punt at all.
So it's possible. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to Florida State and Oklahoma tonight. I would like to talk to Mike about this, but yeah, I think he would agree. I think he would agree that Florida State is going to probably win this game. Again, that's why
Yeah.
they play the game. You never know.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to the offense. One other, a few things I want to talk about. So Ed Reed, again, this is a conversation for Mike Higgins. You guys don't even know who Ed Reed is. do
No
you?
Yeah,
idea.
linebacker for the Ravens, right?
Well, not a linebacker, defensive back.
Oh,
But he took the Hall of Famer, one of the greatest defensive backs in the history of the game. Went to University of Miami. Took the head coaching job at Bethune-Cookman, which is an HBCU. So it almost looks like he's following the same path as Deion Sanders, going to an HBCU, then possibly seeing how that school does, and then moving on to a Power 5 team. As Deion went to Jackson State, then now he's with Colorado. So I'm curious to see what happens with Ed Reed, how he does at Bethune-Cookman. Again, I'd like to talk to Mike about how he feels about that. Like, could Ed Reed be the next Miami guy if Mario doesn't work out? Mike, I want to know. So there's that. The other thing is Texas Tech signed Joey McGuire to a 6-year deal worth $26.6 million. Texas Tech not in the upper echelon of college
Not
football
good.
teams. Yeah, not good.
A few years ago, weren't they good though? Were they?
I don't know. Were they, Micah?
It's like
I may be making that up.
Maybe.
I think Isaiah's making that up.
Yeah.
I don't know if Texas Tech's been good in a very long time. But anyway, they signed this head coach. I mean, the guy's getting like $5 million a year, $4.5 million a year for a team that's not good. Like, I feel like I could be a coach for Texas Tech and I could go win 3 or 4 games. You want to give me, $4.5 million a year? You guys down with that?
College.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, the 3 of us, we're going to go. I'll be the head coach. Zay, you could be the defensive coordinator.
I want to be the water boy.
Micah, you could be the offensive coordinator. Give us $4.5 million a year and we're good, right?
Yeah, easy money.
deep post every play.
Deep post every play.
They can't have high
style.
expectations.
Yep, Madden style.
Madden style. What's your favorite play to run on Madden?
Skinny posts, rally, skinny post.
Oh, that's just a one route though. What's your favorite play? Do you know what the play is called? Oh,
It's called skinny post. 2 people go out. and
nobody
then-
can see your hands. You don't have to talk with your
Yeah,
hands.
I know.
All right. So
like-
what? The 2 receivers on the outside just go up
It's
and
like
they.
2 deep posts, and then the tight end drags out to the right, and then he's always almost wide open. And then if he's not, you can go to the deep guy, 'cause then they'll be open.
So what if they're running a cover 2 or cover 3 and they got safeties deep on that? What happens? Then you throw to that tight
Yeah,
end.
and throw to that tight end.
Zay, what's your favorite? Or do you don't really play Madden, do you?
Field goals.
Field goals.
Those are
Isaiah likes
easy.
field goals because they get points every play.
Exactly.
Duh.
World's best kicker.
World's best kicker. All right.
But I would go for 2.
All right. So the last thing I want to discuss in Gridiron Gab, again, it's a shame that Mike's not here, but OSU playing Georgia, Ohio State against Georgia, and then you have Michigan versus TCU. Boys, I want predictions. What do we got?
Michigan beats TCU 52-14.
Oh, my God. You think it's going to be that bad, huh?
Yes.
All right. What's going to happen with Ohio State and Georgia?
Georgia's gonna win 21-10.
That's it. 21 points, huh? Okay. Zay, you have a prediction?
Michigan, right?
Yep.
They're gonna win by
By
over.
the way, full disclosure, Isaiah doesn't really follow college football.
Baseball's my sport.
Yep.
But
All right.
But I think Michigan will win by over 10. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know what the line is. Here, we got to
I have
figure out
no
what the
idea
line is.
either.
All right, so you got Michigan over by at least 10.
And Georgia's going to win by at least 15.
And Georgia's going to win by at least 15. All right, let's see. We've got...
I'll give them the 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
14. I'll make it 14.
Yeah, there's 14 points and 2 touchdowns. So we have Georgia by 6.5 and Michigan by 7.5. So you both have Georgia and Michigan covering. Okay.
Easy. Easily covered.
Zay says easy.
Michigan will be easy. Georgia, not so much.
Gotcha. All right. So that's it. Again, playoffs start Saturday. It's exciting stuff.
Yeah.
All right. And then tonight, Florida State, baby.
Cheez-Its.
The Cheez-It Bowl. I love Cheez-Its.
That's who I'm rooting for. Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its? You're not rooting for Florida State?
I just want the Cheez-Its.
You just want the Cheez-Its.
We need to go to the store and get some Cheez-Its.
Yeah, we need some Cheez-Its.
I know. You like them snaps?
Oh,
man, them Cheez-It snaps. What's up? Hey, sponsorship opportunity, Cheez-It.
Hit us up.
Hit us up. All right, that's it for Gridiron Gab. Zay, you ready for some baseball?
Yeah.
Micah?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Around the Horn. All right, this is our Around the Horn segment where we talk about Major League Baseball. We threaten every week to get rid of Around the Horn because it's not baseball season, but these free agent signings just keep coming every single week. And the big news in Major League Baseball is Carlos Correa. Last week we talked about how he had this contract in hand, 13 years, $350 million, and then he went the next day after the Giants had a problem with his physical and said, okay, well, I'll sign 12 years, $315 million with the Mets. And now the Mets have a problem with his physical. So, Zay, you've got something pulled up. You want to talk about this, huh?
When I first saw the notification, I woke up one morning, saw the notification. I was like, the Mets either had the best steal of the season or they made the stupidest mistake ever. And I really haven't decided which one it is yet. But, Mets $315 million for 12 years, which is $26.25 million a year, or the Giants $350 million for 13 years with $26.92 million.
So they're saving almost $1 million a year.
But is it worth it for the Mets not to have Correa waste that $26 million for one season, but guarantee they have him for 11 more years?
Well, yeah, I mean the Mets have a better deal. That's a more Met-friendly deal. Fewer years. You know, the team always wants the shortest term, and then it's less money per year. So yeah, I mean it's definitely a better deal for the Mets than what the Giants were getting.
So why didn't the Giants do that? Why didn't the Giants just say, "Screw it, we'll waste that $27 million so nobody else can have him, but we can have him for 12 years after once his physical's
Because I think
approved."
they had a problem with his physical, and I think my guess is Correa and his agent Scott Boras didn't want them digging further into the physicals, and they thought they had a deal in place with the Mets.
Oh, okay.
They don't want these teams digging into Correa's past, and it's become blatantly obvious. Or else they would have just waited out the Giants for the 13 years, $350. You get the longer term, you get the extra $35 million total, and so that's my guess on it. Yeah. I think they thought, oh, okay, fine, the Giants won't sign us. It's only a year difference, and a few bucks, and we'll go play for the Mets. Who, by the way, the Mets are spending money left and right.
Yeah, Mets most expensive team. You think?
They've spent over $800 million in this free agent session.
Most expensive team. Gotta be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Their payroll is like over $300 million this year.
Yeah.
Micah, what say you with all your Astro stuff on? What do you think about Carlos Correa?
I don't think
Carlos Cheater Correa. See the alliteration there? All the C's.
Cheater Correa.
Cheater Correa. What do you think about that?
I don't think he's worth that amount of money. I mean, like maybe 15 mil a year, but he just didn't do that good in Minnesota, and I think he's just getting old and just going downhill from here.
So guys like Trey Turner, Dansby Swanson, these guys signed for almost $30 million a year. You think Correa is worth half that?
Almost. I mean, he's definitely worth that with Trey, but Dansby, I don't know how Dansby got that much.
Well, he played on a World Series winning team, was all-star shortstop. I mean, Dansby Swanson's a good ball player.
I mean, he's okay. I mean, I don't like.
All right. Well, all right. That's your take. Your take is Correa is being overpaid.
Yeah.
All right.
Overrated.
All right. So the other thing I want to talk about here, and we actually missed this last week. I'm a little upset about it. Justin Turner leaving the Dodgers, going to the Red Sox. JD Martinez leaving the Red Sox, going to the Dodgers. What implications does that have for both teams? Zay, I know that you're a big Dodger fan, a huge Justin Turner fan.
Was my favorite player.
Oh, snap. Dang.
Ooh.
Dang. No more number 10 for you, huh?
No more number 10.
Who's your favorite player now?
I don't know.
Oh,
It would have been Turner if he stayed.
Trey.
Yeah.
Yep. No,
But
he's gone too. No more Turners on the Dodgers.
No more Turners.
No more Turners. So obviously Justin Turner, huge clubhouse guy. Again, solid third baseman. I mean, people said this defensive, range and all that's kind of slid off over the last couple of years. But he's been pretty good, and offensively he's been okay. I'm a little surprised the Dodgers let him walk.
Yeah. Again, like he's been on the team for 9-10 years something, been on all those playoff teams with Kershaw. I think it's like Kershaw's and then Justin Turner for like clubhouse guys.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Well, I mean, now you got Freddie Freeman. He's a big clubhouse guy. Mookie Betts, a big club. So they have guys in there, but Turner seemed to be like the glue that held everybody together just because of his tenure with the club. Like you said, with Kershaw. I'm curious to see how this works out for the Dodgers. Now, JD Martinez, big bat, not really known for his glove. Is he the DH now in LA?
I guess so. We lost Gallo.
Gallo, yep, signed with the Twins.
So
Gallo gone.
does he take his place?
I think so. I think JD Martinez is like the new Joey Gallo, except he won't strike out as much.
Well, what's the outfield now? Because you lost Cody too. So do you replace Cody?
So we've got Mookie and Wright, and then you have Chris Taylor, Trace Thompson.
Yeah.
We got guys.
Some young guys, James Outman.
Yeah.
Hitman.
Yeah, he doesn't get out. He's the hitman. There's a few options out there. I know they've been talking about Andrew McCutchen. Did they sign him or
no? I don't think so.
Not officially.
Okay. So they'll probably go out and get a cheap outfielder. No. Who'd they sign? They signed Jason Hayward.
Oh, yeah, from the...
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who he was playing with last year.
He was on the Cubs.
The Cubs last year.
I thought it was the Cubs.
But yeah, he's basically Cody Bellinger 2.0. Really great at defense and will hit like 200. And we got him for league minimum. So
well, Cody hits like 150. But okay.
exactly. So Hayward's an upgrade. So anyway, so you got Hayward maybe in center. Again, Chris Taylor, Trace Thompson, James Outman. I mean, you've got a mix of guys that can play between center and left. Again, Mookie, it sounds like Mookie's going to be the permanent right fielder, but they've been talking about moving him to second. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there.
Well,
then what do you do with Lux? Do you trade him to get
short? Move him to short. That's the idea, is that he can't play second because he's on the right side of the infield.
Yeah.
And he would do better at short on the left side. I mean, I don't know if I believe that, but that's what the Dodgers brass
Who's the
is saying.
shortstop now?
I don't think I guess Chris Taylor would be the default shortstop. But
that's not a bad option though. I mean,
I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I wanted to talk a little bit about Turner going. I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
22, 2 years.
22 million, two years, 22 million.
11 million.
Like yep. Which I don't see why the Dodgers wouldn't have. Yeah, I don't see why the Dodgers wouldn't have just signed him. 2 years, 22 mil. Seems like a no-brainer.
I think the Sox made a mistake with that. If you need to get a shortstop, get an actual shortstop. Don't get a third baseman. Because they're not going to put Turner at third base. They got Devers. So they're going to put him at shortstop.
No, Justin Turner won't play short. No, Justin Turner will not play shortstop.
They're not moving Devers to shortstop.
No, they'll figure something out there. But yeah, Justin Turner is not.
He doesn't play short.
Yeah, he's never played short in his career. So maybe Devers goes to short. I don't know.
Nah, he's too big.
I don't know. That's a good question. What will Boston do now?
Maybe you move Devers to first. You put Story at short. You put Turner at third, and then you find a second baseman of some sort.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, but not my problem, as the kids say. Do the kids say that? Not my problem.
No.
No, no kid ever says that.
No kid ever says that.
Oh, okay. No. All right. Couple other free agent signings I want to talk about. Corey Kluber going to the Red Sox. 1 year, 10 mil. Seems like a low risk, high reward, right?
Getting the pitching that they need.
Yeah, this guy was a Cy Young Award winner.
I mean, so was Blake Snell. We've seen what happened with him.
Yes, no. It's in San Diego. Yeah. They're still paying the price for that. Yeah.
Not our threat.
Also, Nathan Eovaldi going to the Rangers. 2 years, 34 mil. Will the Rangers be okay now? They got DeGrom.
No.
They got the Astros fan says no.
Second in the division.
They will lose every single game 1-0 or 2-0. They have no offense but amazing pitching.
Well, I got Seager. I think Marcus Semion's still on the team.
I mean, Seager did okay last year, though. It's not like that anybody on that team's doing that good.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, so again, Eovaldi's over to Texas, 2 years, 34 mil. And then one of my favorite players of all time, Rich Hill, signing with the Pirates. 1 year, 8 mil. Man, I love some Rich Hill. He's like 4. Did we look this up yesterday?
Yeah. Oldest player.
He's the oldest player in the major leagues right
I think it was Yachty then him, but Yachty's out. So I think after his first game, he'd be considered the oldest player. as of that time.
Okay. So Rich Hill, the oldest active Major League Baseball player, according to Isaiahpedia. 1 year, $8 million, and the crafty lefty. I mean, he's still there. So do you boys remember one of my favorite games I've ever been to? Rich Hill was throwing a perfect game in Miami. We were there.
Yeah,
I know we were
there.
there. That's why I'm telling the story.
Yeah.
The three of us were there, and one of you was falling asleep.
It probably was me.
I think it was Mike in like the 6th inning. I'm like, yo, you have to stay up. So to give the listeners some reference here, Rich Hill had a perfect game going through 7 innings, did not give up a base runner, and then Dave Roberts pulled him in the 8th. And I think the first or second batter got a hit, a little single over Seager's glove, which I thought Seager could have caught if he just missed time to jump. But
Pulled a Kevin Cash.
Yeah, pulled a Kevin Cash, pulled the guy too early. And anyway, it was one of the greatest pitched games I'd ever seen, and Rich Hill was just on it.
I know I should have fell asleep.
And Micah should have fell asleep. So that's all I got for Around the Horn. That's Major League Baseball. Do you guys want to add anything?
Nope.
No, I mean
Astros are still cheaters. What else do you want to add?
I'm surprised Julie hasn't been signed up yet. I mean, there's a
Astros
ton
are
of teams.
overrated.
Astros are overrated.
Altuve's a cheater.
Altuve's a cheater. Keep going. What else you got?
Oh, I could go all day.
Okay. All right. Well, you were talking
Dodgers
about.
blowing the playoffs.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're done. No, what were you gonna say about Yuli?
I'm surprised like someone like the Red Sox haven't picked him up yet.
Yuli Gurriel is a free agent still?
Yeah, nobody's picked him up yet.
Really? Why haven't the Astros re-signed him?
Because we got Jose Abreu.
Oh, that's right. Big offseason
Yeah,
signing.
that was big. I like it.
So yeah, Yuli's out there.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll see what happens with Yuli.
Yeah.
All right. You guys want to talk a little football? NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it. 772 Sports is brought to you by the Higgins Home Group. Let the tag team of Mike and Vicky Higgins help you either find your dream home or sell your current home for top dollar. The Higgins Home Group is one of Dale Sorensen Real Estate's premier real estate teams. Give them a call at 772-532-8148. Next up, Chalk Talk. All right, welcome to Chalk Talk. This is our NFL segment. It is my favorite segment of the podcast. I love the NFL when it's NFL season. We are getting down to the nitty gritty. We're heading into week 17. We have a game tonight. And then, next week is it. Fantasy football, a lot of Super Bowls, a lot of fantasy footballs leagues end this week. Mine ended like 2 weeks ago. And Zay,
I just got 4th.
oh, you got 4th. Micah?
I got like 9th in the
Oh
whole
my
season.
gosh. All right. So for fantasy football, we're all out. Let's talk about real football, though. We'll start with Mike Higgins' hometown Dolphins. They're in trouble.
Yeah, they
Big time.
Tua in concussion protocol. That's not good.
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater is going to start this Sunday. The Dolphins have lost 4 in a row. However, this is wild. They control their own destiny. If they win the next 2 games, they're in.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? You think that happens?
If Tua can play Week 18, I think that might be able to happen. I think the Dolphins win this week.
If Tua can play Week 18. All right. So who do the Dolphins play this week?
The Pats.
Oh my gosh! So you think that the Dolphins will beat the Patriots this week?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna do pick'ems later, so you guys will definitely
Make our debut.
make your pick'em debut. By the way, Mike Higgins is beating me by 7 games this season.
In the season?
Can you believe that?
Isn't he a college guy, though?
Yeah, and I'm beating him in college. This doesn't make any
You should have
sense.
had me pick NFL. I'm like 3rd in the fantasy.
Oh my gosh, we don't need to hear any of that mess. All right, so Dolphins control their own destiny. Bridgewater starts this Sunday, but you, Micah, think they can still make the playoffs?
I think they can.
Zay, they're gonna make playoffs?
The Dolphins?
Yep.
No.
Oh, they're gonna lose one of the next 2 games.
They're going to lose to the Pats.
This week?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Belichick
Well,
won't
we'll
let that
save
happen.
all that. We'll save that for the pick'ems. What? You're pointing at me. You want to say something?
We saw what happened against the Jets when they had a 3rd-string QB playing, and they got beat badly.
That's right.
So if Tua doesn't play, I don't think there's hope.
Okay. Well, but then you said they're going to beat the Pats.
Well, no, I'm saying the Jets.
Oh, in week 18.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Then, okay. Big news emergency press conference. Jacksonville Jaguars.
Woo.
The new leaders in the AFC South control their own destiny. Are the Jacksonville Jaguars going to be the 4 seed in
Come
the
back
AFC?
of the century?
Oh my gosh. I mean, this team was trashed 10 weeks ago.
The Jags and the Panthers might make the playoffs.
The Jags. Well, welcome to the South, boys.
Yeah.
The NFC South, not good. Although I think Tampa's probably going to win that division.
Maybe.
But Jacksonville, new leaders in the South. Little surprising. Tennessee looked like they had that division wrapped up, and now they're fighting. I mean, so Tennessee does play Jacksonville, I think, next week. So that'll be like the game of the week. I mean, that'll determine probably the conference. So big surprise there. Another big surprise. Washington benching Tyler Heineke, and they are going to play Carson Wentz. Why?
Whoever made that decision, make them go bye-bye. They do not, no.
Riverboat Ron.
Yeah, no.
Ron Rivera. No? Not a big...
That just ruined the playoff chances.
Not a big Ron Rivera fan, eh?
They could have made the playoffs if they started Heineke, but nah, not anymore.
All right. So, I'm very surprised to hear that. Carson Wentz, who does not have a very good track record since the heydays in Philly. I cannot believe that Washington's going to sit him. Sit Heineke. The next big thing I want to talk about is J.J. Watt retiring.
Sad.
He gone.
He's going to be out. So,
Brady.
What?
Unless he pulls a Brady.
Unless he pulls a Brady. I don't think he's going to pull a Brady.
He's not going to do that now.
Yeah, but he is the brother of your favorite player, right?
Yep.
All right. T.J. Watt. And what do you think of J.J. retiring?
I mean, I think he's done enough to prove that he should be in the Hall of Fame.
All right, so my question here. First ballot Hall of Famer?
Hall of Fame year now.
Definitely Hall of Fame.
Follow that on TikTok. HOF, yay or nay. Yep. We got to do one with J.J. Watt.
Yep.
We do.
Yep. So, first ballot?
Maybe.
Maybe.
No, not first ballot.
Not first ballot. I think he's a first ballot guy.
I mean, if you look at his stats, he's like double as good as T.J. Watt was last year.
Yeah, well.
We'll
all
see.
right, and obviously you think T.J. Watt's like a Hall of Famer right now.
I mean, he's still some time to go.
All right, so J.J. Watt retiring, one of the greats, and that's all I got for NFL. Oh, we want to do pick'ems. Oh, what do you got? What do you got, Zay?
The Raiders are not out of the playoffs. Did you know that? The Raiders have statistically a 1% chance to make the playoffs. There's like a whole bunch. They have to have, I don't know, like 17 games go just as they want it in the next 2 weeks.
So they've already kind of conceded the season because they're sitting Derek Carr. Not only are they sitting Derek Carr, but he's not with the team for the last 2 weeks.
But there's a 1% chance that the Raiders make the playoffs. Could you
Do
imagine?
you have the scenario?
Do
you have? I want to know the scenario. What way do all these games have to go?
Are they starting Nathan Peterman?
Yep.
It would be so funny if Nathan Peterman led them to the playoffs.
Well, it doesn't sound like that's gonna happen.
It'd be
There
fun
are
if
way
it
too many
does.
things that have to go.
It's sort of like the Texans having to beat whoever they play.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they
there's-
don't win.
Okay.
Well, they're playing Jacksonville this week.
They don't win.
The Raiders are currently number 11 seed in the AFC, and the 7 teams from the conference go to the playoffs. As such, and in the simplest scenario, per the Las Vegas Review-Journal, the Raiders need to win all 3 games and would also need several other things to happen.
All 3 games. They only have 2 left.
So this is from last week, so maybe they are out. But still, last week, there was, I don't know.
There was a way. You're saying there was a way.
There was a crazy way that was never going to happen. Because there needed
They're
to be
still
like,
in it. They are still in it.
I think they need like 3 ties, and
They're not eliminated.
they're not eliminated.
No.
Pittsburgh's still available, too.
Oh my god.
They gotta win out. But
Pittsburgh ain't making the playoffs.
they're
Come
good.
on. Okay.
I think they need a few ties, like just teams tying.
Okay. Well, that's not gonna happen.
No.
The Raiders aren't making the playoffs. The Steelers aren't making the playoffs. The Colts are definitely eliminated.
The
Let's do
Seahawks.
Minus 101.
minus 101.
You think like that should be a bet
What?
for the Raiders to make the playoffs?
Oh, it would be plus $1 million probably. Yeah. All right. Pick'ems.
Pick'ems.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. You guys have listened to the podcast before. You know how we do this, right?
Yep.
Shotgun style.
Yep.
All right. Tonight, Thursday, December 29th, Dallas Cowboys heading to Tennessee to play the Titans. Dallas is 11-4. The Titans are 7-8. Dallas 12.5-point favorite. Who's going to win that game, boys?
Cowboys. Yeah.
Dallas.
Cowboys.
Dallas. We all got Dallas. They're not covering 12.5 though.
No.
I don't think they're going to
so.
cover that spread. All right. Then the next game, no Saturday games. So the next game is Sunday, January the 1st, New Year's Day. The first game of the new year, 1 o'clock. The Indianapolis Colts at 4-10-1, heading to New Jersey to play the Giants at 8-6-1. The Giants are 6-point favorites. Who you got?
Giants.
I say Giants.
Giants. Nick Foles is starting again.
Super Bowl QB.
I can't believe that guy gets paid to play quarterback. He looked like trash on Monday. All right. Then another 1 o'clock game. Arizona Cardinals going to Atlanta. The Cardinals are 4-11. Falcons are 5-10. Falcons 3.5-point favorites. What you got, Micah?
I'd have Atlanta if Mariota was playing, but I got Arizona.
He's going to Arizona. What do you got?
Cardinals.
Cardinals, you got Arizona. I'm going Atlanta.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not with Desmond.
All right, another 1:00 game. Chicago Bears at 3-12 heading to Detroit to play the Lions at 7-8. The Lions 6-point favorites.
Lions.
I say Lions, but like by 2.
Ooh, they don't cover. It's
close.
I got Lions covering. They're going to score a lot of points against that crappy Chicago defense. All right, Denver Broncos 4-11 against the Kansas City Chiefs at 12-3. Kansas City 12.5-point favorite. What do you got, Micah?
Kansas City.
Can't go after 51-14. Kansas City, obviously.
Oh, 51. What?
The Rams beat the Broncos 51-14 last week.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that
So-
was an annihilation.
Wilson's down.
Yep.
Is it 51-14 or 51-10?
Way downtown.
There's one of those.
Yeah, it was a lot of points. You just kind of stop counting after a
Yeah.
while. But yeah, I think we all have Kansas City, and I have them covering, actually, which 12.5 points in the NFL is a lot, but Chiefs are probably going to cover. All right, Dolphins. This might be the game of the week. Dolphins 8-7, Patriots 7-8 in Foxborough. New England 3-point favorite.
You know, I got the Dolphins.
New England because it's there.
I'm taking New England. Teddy Bridgewater cannot lead the Dolphins to the promised land. All right, New Orleans Saints 6-9 against the Philadelphia Eagles at 13-2. It's in Philly, and they're 5.5-point favorites.
Saints.
Eagles.
You got Saints?
You got the.
I have the Saints.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. They did come off a big win last week against the Browns.
They got motivation.
They got motivation. All right, I'm going Philly. Philly's coming back. They're
Yep.
going to go 14-2. All right, Carolina Panthers. Oh, this is for the division too. Carolina Panthers 6-9 heading to Tampa to play the Bucks. They're 7-8. Tampa 3-point favorite.
I'm going Tampa.
Gotta go Brady.
Yeah, Brady's going to win that game. All right, the Cleveland Browns at 6-9 heading to DC to play the Commanders, who is now being led by Carson Wentz. Washington 2-point favorite. What do you got?
I want to pick Washington, but not with Wentz. I'm going Cleveland.
I'll go Browns.
Yeah, I'm going Browns. I do not see Carson Wentz winning this game.
No.
Who knows? Maybe he comes back and does something miraculous, but I
We'll
don't
see.
see it happening. All right, Jacksonville Jaguars at 7-8, playing the off of a big victory. Houston Texans just beat Tennessee Wild. Houston is 2-12-1. This game is in Houston. Jacksonville is a 4.5-point favorite. What do you got?
I got Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville all day. Although Houston's getting better, but Jacksonville's really good
A
right now.
little too late.
Little too late.
Too good, too late.
All right, we've got 4 o'clock games on Sunday. The first one, the San Francisco 49ers heading to Las Vegas to play the Raiders. 49ers are 11-4. The Raiders are 6-9. The Raiders have just basically gotten rid of Derek Carr. They're starting Nathan Peterman. The 49ers, 10-point road favorites.
I think San Francisco will win, but I want Las Vegas so bad. I want to see that.
49ers.
Yeah, 49ers. I don't know if they cover. Yeah, they're probably going to cover. 10 points. Yeah.
It'll be close.
All right, Jets 7-8 heading to Seattle to play your Isaiah's Seattle Seahawks at 7-8. The Jets 1.5-point road favorites on the West Coast. Micah,
I got Jets because of Mike White.
okay.
Knowing we have to win, we'll win. The
All right.
Seahawks will win.
Zay is hopeful that the Seahawks can still
Pete
make
Carroll will
playoffs
make
here.
them win.
Pete Carroll will make them win. All right, I'm going to go Seattle. I'm just not a big fan of East Coast teams going all the way out west. Two pretty even teams. I'll go Seattle with the home field advantage. Big game here. Minnesota 12-3 heading to Green Bay to play the Packers at 7-8. The Packers are 3.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
Vegas trap. This is a Vegas trap.
No.
This is a Vegas trap.
I'm going Minnesota.
Rodgers.
Yeah, I always pick. So all right. For those of you that aren't regular listeners, there's always 1 or 2 games a week where there's a Vegas trap, where the line doesn't make sense. Green Bay should not be 3.5-point favorites. Minnesota should be favored by 5 or 6. Vegas is trapping you. They want you to take Minnesota. I'm not falling for it. I'm not doing it.
No.
I'm not doing it. I'm going to take Green Bay.
Gonna take John Wick.
You can have the. I don't know
John
about
Wick.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, John Wick. Oh, because he played John Wick. Yeah. So I'm taking the Packers. Normally, I wouldn't do that. Minnesota should annihilate this game.
Minnesota's going to win by a game-winning field goal with no time left.
I'm going to take Green Bay here because it's a Vegas trap. All right, next up. Rams 5-10 against the Los Angeles Chargers at 9-6. It's in LA. The Chargers 6.5-point favorites. What do you got?
Well, home field advantage is nothing. They play in the same
I
stadium.
know they're both at home.
Chargers.
Yeah, I got them too.
Yeah, I'll take the Chargers too. The Rams, man, it's post Super Bowl hangover, huh?
Yeah.
Man, they are not good. But we'll see what happens. Again, they're kind of playing at home. All right, and the Sunday night game, your Micah's Pittsburgh Steelers at 7-8, heading to Baltimore to play the Lamarless.
I don't know.
Lamarless?
I don't think they announced it. I
Is it
don't know.
Hundley or Lamar?
I don't know. Hope it's Hundley.
The Baltimore Ravens at 10-5. Baltimore 2.5-point favorites. We don't know who the starting quarterback is for Baltimore. Who you got, Micah?
I got Pittsburgh.
Wrong. Next, Isaiah, who you got?
I got the Ravens.
Okay, I'm gonna take Baltimore as well. So Zay and I will be rooting against you Sunday night.
I'm running against you today in college. So.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to bless this kid.
Wrong segment.
You're grounded. All right, and then Monday night, another heck of a game. I guess this is the game of the week. Buffalo Bills at 12-3, heading to Cincinnati to play the Bengals at 11-4. Buffalo 1-point favorite on the road. Who you got?
Bengals.
Bills.
So I made an oath before the season started that I would take Buffalo every week,
Every single week.
and I'm going to hold to that oath, even though I don't want to. I'm going Buffalo. Buffalo's got to do it.
He said it.
Buffalo's gotta
Cincinnati's
do
been
it.
looking good, and Buffalo's not.
Oh man, Buffalo's got to do it. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Nobody circles the wagons.
I want the Bills.
Buffalo
Slam on those
Bills.
tables.
What that?
Jump on those tables.
Jump on those tables. Bills Mafia. All right, so that's it. That's the pick'ems. Anything else NFL you guys want to talk about?
Nope.
No.
Nothing? All right, it's NBA time. Mike is excited. NBA time. Here we go. Double Drivel. All right, here's the segment of the podcast where we talk a little NBA. We don't call it Double Dribble. We call it Double Drivel because that's really all we're doing here is just it's mindless spewing of NBA stuff. But we do have a pretty big NBA fan with us, Micah. And you excited about this segment?
Yeah. I'm
Why?
excited.
Why?
Because Jokic has been playing out of his mind lately.
Because of Nikola Jokic. So for those of you that don't know, Mike is a big Nuggets fan. Jokic has been playing well. I guess last night not well enough. What happened last night?
He had 40 points, then missed a game-winning three-pointer.
I guess
so.
he needed 43.
Yeah.
All right. So the Nuggets are they still number one in the West?
Yep.
All right. They've got the best record in the West. And yeah, one thing I want to talk about though, Golden State played Memphis on Christmas. Did you hear that Memphis was talking about how they may be a dynasty? Did you hear this?
Didn't Dylan Brooks say something?
I don't know, but Klay Thompson said, "How can you be a dynasty if you've never won anything?" And I think he's right. I mean, I agree.
Yeah. No.
Was Memphis too cocky?
Yeah.
I don't think it was Memphis. I think it was Dylan Brooks. Because after Golden State beat Memphis in the playoffs, Dylan Brooks said something on Twitter or something, and then Clay chomped back after.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, they are definitely not a dynasty. I love John Morant.
No.
One of my favorite players in the league. I love Memphis. I hope they do well. I want to see them do well. They might have been a little cocky.
That's a nay from me.
I mean, they got Josh, Steven Adams, and Dylan Brooks. And if you don't win something with that team, you can't be anything.
Yeah. All right. So I want to talk a little Luka.
Luka, boy.
Luka went off the chain Tuesday night, scoring 60 points, getting 21 rebounds and 10 assists. One of the most impressive triple-doubles in NBA history. My favorite was the post-game interview, and they said, hey, how do you feel? He's like, oh, man, I'm tired. I need a recovery beer. Dude, I felt that. I felt that.
You needed a recovery beer.
Man, we did a boxing class yesterday, and I needed a recovery beer really bad. So, like, I get it, Luka. Luka has now become one of my favorite players. Just from that line alone. I need a recovery beer. So is it the most impressive triple-double in NBA history, or?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Weren't
Yeah.
you saying that was the record? 60 is the record?
No, I mean,
No.
60 points have been scored many times, but
100 points is a
60
record.
60 in a triple-double, that might be a record.
Yeah.
The
And
most points in a triple-double.
He scored 11 in overtime?
I don't know how many he scored in overtime.
I think it was 11.
Well, he made the game-winning shot with like 0.8 seconds left to go to OT.
So, yeah, I don't know. It was very impressive. And yeah, Luka's like up there now with me. He's my Mount Rushmore favorite players because he needs a recovery beer, and I hear you, bud. All right, Brooklyn Nets. They have won 9 straight and 13 of 14. Is Kevin Durant the MVP right now?
No, I think there's still a few guys in front of him.
All right, who in the East?
In the East, you got Joel,
Okay.
you got Embiid, you got Tatum, you got
Okay.
Giannis.
Okay.
I take all those guys in front of him.
Can Giannis
Okay.
go back to back to back?
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Has that
Giannis-
ever happened?
Well, no, Giannis won.
He didn't win it last year, right?
Jokic just won back to back. Jokic won the past 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Giannis won the 2 before that.
Yep. So, anyway, we'll see. I mean, Durant is playing out of his mind again. Brooklyn has worked their way back into the playoffs, and now they're one of the, they're really good right now,
Yeah.
winning 13 of the last 14. And this is the Durant that I think the Nets thought they were getting when they got him last year. So we'll be curious to see how the Nets do. And then the last thing I want to talk about, and we're probably a little premature on this, but LeBron James is on the verge of passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's point record. So for those of you that don't know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scored more points than anybody in NBA history, 38,387. Okay, that's like Hank Aaron's 755, or I guess Barry Bonds 762. It is what's looked at as an insurmountable record, and LeBron's going to pass it. He's only about 600 points away. Looks like it'll take him another month or so, maybe 20, 25 games to get there. Yeah. He's probably going to do it this season if he doesn't get hurt. Is it the greatest NBA record? I mean, it's the most points scored in a career, 38,000 points. Again, I'm asking two kids that probably don't remember the Jordans, and well, I know they don't remember the Jordans. They weren't born when Jordan was playing. But I mean, does this inch LeBron back into the is he the greatest player of all time conversation?
I mean, I think when he passes it, he becomes the greatest of all time. But if you watch him play, he's just getting lazy on there.
He's also getting old, Micah.
Yeah,
he's
I
my
know,
age.
but
and
he's getting lazy. Like, he's not playing how he was last season.
Kid needs a recovery beer.
Yeah.
All right, what's up, Zay? What do you think on this?
I hate to do this, but I say he's the best of all time if he passes.
Yeah.
Sorry, MJ, but
yeah, I mean, MJ, six NBA championships, 6 finals. He won all 6 of them. Never lost the finals. I don't know, man. I mean, I got to watch him play. It's tough to compare, but this guy scored more points than anybody in the history of the league. He's got a bunch of championships. I mean, he's lost a bunch too, but he's been in the finals. He gets to the finals every year. Yeah. The argument might be back on that LeBron might be the greatest of all time. Again, we're going to talk more about this in a couple of months when the record actually gets broken, but I just wanted to bring it up. Again, more of a Mike Higgins question, but that's really it. You guys want to talk any more NBA? Got anything else?
No, not much.
No? You ready for some hockey talk?
Let's go.
All right, Micah's favorite. Here we go. Power play. All right, folks, this is our NHL segment. It's called Power Play, and it's usually the shortest. We're not really the biggest NHL guys. Again, I'm a big Ranger fan. Micah here is a Flyers fan. Do you have a team, Zay?
No.
No NHL team.
Still the Cheez-Its.
The Cheez-Its. He's just rooting for them snaps, bruh. All right. So one thing I did want to bring up is the NHL draft coming up. It's in like 6 months, but this kid, Connor Bedard, who's in the Western Hockey League, he is definitely going to be the number 1 pick overall. I mean, the kid's amazing. But this kid, Adam Fantilli, who goes to Michigan, people are saying that he might surpass this Bedard guy for the number 1 pick, which is kind of surprising to me because people have been talking about Connor Bedard for forever. Anyway, I just found that really interesting, and I was trying to find equivalents with the NCAA. If you've seen guys that were just definitely going to be number 1s and somebody surpassed them throughout the season or something happened. And again, this was more of a Mike Higgins question, but I guess I can ask you guys, maybe Mike or one of you guys has an answer to that. Have you seen that recently where there's a guy that's definitely going to go number 1 and then all of a sudden there's a guy that comes up and kind of takes him over? Micah?
In basketball last season, Jabari Smith was definitely going to be number 1. Then the Magic took Paolo, and then he went first.
Yeah, so it's curious. I'm curious to see how that plays out over the next 5-10 years or whatever, how these NBA guys work out. Yeah. Again, we talk all the time about, we were just talking about Jordan earlier in the NBA. He did not go number 1 overall. I think he went number 3. So yeah, I think Sam Perkins might have been drafted ahead of him, and I can't remember the other guy that was actually drafted number 1. But again, like, you got the greatest player in NBA history, and you actually got him in the 3 spot. Yeah. So I'm just curious to see how this will play out with these guys. Zay, you were going to say something.
I was going to say something like Bronny. Like, he was going to go like top. I don't know. I don't even know where he was projected to go in the first round sometime. Because it was like a package with his dad, but...
Well, yeah, so LeBron James said that he wants to play with his son, Bronny. Yeah. And he doesn't care what it costs, he doesn't care where he's got to go for how long or whatever, but he wants to play in the NBA with his son. And so Bronny comes out next year, in 2 years?
I think it's
next year.
Okay, so yeah, whoever gets him is going to get LeBron too.
But he's not going to be... Like, he was going to go like top 5 or something, I feel like. He was projected to a year ago, but I feel like now he's going to be later in the draft.
You think so?
Well, late first, early second.
Yeah, we'll see how it shakes out.
What's going to get confusing is that Bryce and Bronny Bronny and LeBron are going to be on the same team. Then Bryce is going to come up the next season, and then it's going to be him versus them two.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't think they'll both be able to go on the same team as him.
We'll see. I mean, there might be a sign and trade type deal or something,
Maybe.
something where that happens, where you get a whole bunch of draft picks for him. But yeah, the NBA will be really fun to watch. But
Yeah.
A few years.
but with hockey, again, I just
Yeah,
want to follow this Bedard and Fantilli saga here. Again, Bedard's going to go 1. But I'd like to see if Fantilli ends up being a better hockey player than him. And the other thing I wanted to bring up is, and we brought this up in the last podcast, Alex Ovechkin got his 800th goal, which is third all time. Gordie Howe had 801 or 802. Anyway, Ovechkin passed him now. So now it's Wayne Gretzky number 1 with like 894 or 897. And then Alex Ovechkin with, I think, 803, 802 or 803. And then Gordie Howe. So Alex Ovechkin, definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. But, I mean, he's in the argument for one of the greatest players of all time.
How old is he? Is he older?
He's older. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in his upper 30s.
So he's not going to be.
He's not going to beat Gretzky's record. Yeah, you got to get about 30, 35 goals a year. You know,
Yeah, that's not
he's pretty good. And yeah, he'd have to play like 3 more seasons, and he might play 1, but I think he's going to be done after this. So anyway,
Congrats.
that's it. Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats, Ovi. And that's really it. I mean, that's all I got for hockey. I know you don't, Micah, you're a Flyers fan. You can't name a single player on the team.
Yep.
Zay's just rooting for Cheez-Its. Boston is still at the top. The Bruins are amazing. Golden Knights are up there. Kraken are up there. Rangers have been on a run lately, which I like. And that's really it.
The Flyers are as bad as always.
Flyers stink. Yep.
Sadness.
Yep. All right. Are we going to do Factor Cap?
I guess
Yeah,
so.
let's go.
Let's do it. Here we go. Factor Cap. Fact or Cap? All right. This is Factor Cap, as the kids say, right? Kids say Factor Cap?
Kids say cap, I guess.
Kids say cap?
Once in a while.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. That's no cap. That should have been my Factor Cap question for you. So normally Mike has 2 questions for me. I have 2 questions for him. We're going to do this a little differently today. I'm going to have a question for Micah. I'm going to have a question for Zay. And then they're going to have questions for each other and me and all that. So we'll kind of go round robin. I'll go first. Micah, my first question for you. Factor Cap, the Seminoles put 50 points up on Oklahoma tonight.
Fact.
Fact. All right. Zay, my Factor Cap for you is the Seattle Seahawks make the playoffs.
I'm
You're a
gonna have to
Seahawks
go
fan?
with no. That was gonna be.
Well, wait a minute. No.
I don't.
No, that's not what you say.
Fact or cap?
Cap.
Okay.
Sorry.
Cap. I thought the kids
I'm not
said,
the cool kids.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I thought you were one of the cool kids.
We have to win. We have to win out. We have to beat the Jets and the Rams. Washington has to lose one of their games.
They're going to lose this week.
And then Green Bay has to lose against
Minnesota.
the Vikings or the Lions.
They might lose to Minnesota. Vegas trap.
Oh,
Vegas.
my
They're
God.
going
The
out for
Vegas
Seattle.
trap is going to ruin Seattle's playoff hopes. That's amazing. Oh, poor Vegas. All right. All right. So you're saying Cap.
That was my question to you.
All right. No. Oh, that was your question to me?
Yeah.
Will Seattle make the playoffs?
Yeah.
I say fact.
You
I think
think so?
Seattle makes it.
I so hope so.
All right. So you said Cap. I say fact. Now you got a question for Micah.
Oh, question. Do you think the Steelers are going to make the playoff?
Don't make me say cap. Yeah, cap.
Oh
Cap.
man, Cap. Yeah, they're a game behind the Dolphins. They need a lot. The Dolphins need,
Yeah.
or I'm sorry, the Steelers need a lot of help.
I just want them to either go 500 or above 500.
Oh, for Tomlin to keep his job.
Yeah.
So if they
Well,
lose,
well,
if they
Tomlin will
lose one of the next 2 games, they will be under 500. That should have been your question. Will the Steelers finish the season over 500?
Yes.
That'd be disappointing.
They got to win their next 2.
Yep.
Okay. So that was your question for him. I guess will the Steelers make it? So you had one for me. You had one from now, Micah. You get to ask us each one question.
For you, fact or cap, the Dodgers will win the division.
I think that's a fact. I know that's wild. The Giants have not made enough moves, and neither of the Padres really. I mean, they're both effectively the
DS.
same teams,
Remember what happened in the DS, though? I mean,
bro. I'm telling you, man. Dodgers are the best team in the NL West.
okay.
I think so.
Okay.
All right, what's your question for Zay?
Will the Rangers win 85 plus games?
Oh, the Texas Rangers.
Yes.
Oh, the Texas.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say. It's gonna be no. I say no.
Even with DeGrom, even with
It's gonna be close.
okay.
So Cap.
All right. That's it. I asked you questions. You asked
Yep.
him.
Yep.
Okay. That's it. For the very first ever Carpenter Family 772 Sports Podcast, we really missed Mike. It's the first one we've done without him. I hope it never happens again. I miss him. I hope he's on here next time. But yeah, from us here, have a happy new year. and we'll see you all in 2023.
See you next year.
Bye.